The story of nitrous oxide in the United Kingdom is one of irony and contradiction. Known colloquially as laughing gas, it was once regarded as a harmless novelty, a fleeting thrill at festivals and parties. Yet behind the laughter lies a more sobering reality, an escalating public health, legal, and social challenge that has drawn the attention of policymakers, healthcare professionals, and communities alike. Nitrous oxide, a colourless gas with legitimate medical and industrial uses, has been a mainstay in dental surgeries, operating theatres, and catering businesses. Its anaesthetic and analgesic properties have made it invaluable in pain relief during childbirth and minor procedures. In the culinary world, it serves as a propellant in whipped cream dispensers. But its diversion from these lawful channels into recreational use has created an entirely new and troubling dynamic. In parks, streets, and festivals across Britain, small silver canisters litter the ground, silent witnesses to a trend that has spiraled beyond control. Recreational users, often young people, inhale the gas from balloons or directly from canisters, seeking a brief euphoric rush. The high lasts only seconds, yet the risks linger far longer. Medical experts warn that the rapid displacement of oxygen in the lungs can cause fainting, hypoxia, and even death. Inhalation from a canister exposes users to freezing gas under high pressure, risking frostbite of the mouth, throat, and lungs. Repeated misuse, particularly in high doses, can destroy nerve tissue by depleting vitamin B12, leading to numbness, paralysis, and irreversible neurological damage. What begins as a moment of laughter can end in lifelong disability. Beyond the individual harms, the consequences reverberate through communities. Streets, car parks, and green spaces are littered with canisters, an eyesore that symbolises both environmental degradation and social decay. Residents complain of noise and antisocial gatherings late into the night, while councils struggle to bear the mounting cost of clean-up operations. For police and local authorities, nitrous oxide misuse has become another burden on already stretched resources. Officers confiscate canisters, disperse crowds, and investigate reckless driving incidents linked to intoxication, a drain on time and budgets that could be directed elsewhere. The government, after years of debate and public pressure, took decisive action. On 8th of November 2023, nitrous oxide was officially classified as a Class C drug under the Misuse of Drugs Act, 1971. Possession for recreational use became a criminal offence. This marked a significant shift from previous years, when the gas was only controlled under the Psychoactive Substances Act 2016, which banned its supply but not its possession. The loophole had allowed widespread use to flourish. The new law was designed to close that gap, empowering police to prosecute offenders while maintaining exemptions for legitimate medical, dental, and industrial uses. Under the new regime, individuals caught with nitrous oxide for inhalation face fines, warnings, or prosecution. Retailers must keep records and prove they are not supplying the gas recklessly for recreational purposes. While these measures bring clarity to enforcement, they have also sparked controversy. Critics argue that criminalisation risks alienating young people and driving the habit underground. The Advisory Council on the Misuse of Drugs had in fact advised against such classification, recommending a focus on education and harm reduction instead. The government disagreed, citing the visible blight on communities and the growing body of evidence linking heavy use to serious harm. This tension between enforcement and education remains at the heart of the UK's response. Harm reduction advocates argue that awareness campaigns, youth outreach, and early intervention are more effective than prosecution in changing behaviour. They highlight that many users perceive nitrous oxide as safe precisely because its legitimate uses lend it an air of normalcy. Yet few realise that frequent inhalation can lead to nerve damage and even fatal complications. Public health professionals call for a national campaign to inform young people of these risks, emphasising that the temporary buzz can carry permanent consequences. Meanwhile, the environmental toll continues. The small metal canisters, discarded by the millions, not only scar the landscape, but contribute to waste and pollution. Councils have reported rising costs in clearing up these remnants after weekends and festivals. Some have resorted to local bans and public space protection orders to deter use in parks and town centres. In parallel, the police face the challenge of enforcing the new law fairly and effectively, while also addressing the legitimate trade in catering and medical supplies. Distinguishing between legal and illegal possession is far from straightforward, a complexity that underscores the delicate balance between control and fairness. In hospitals and GP clinics, another dimension of the problem emerges. Doctors are increasingly treating patients with nerve damage, unsteady gait, and numb limbs, symptoms of vitamin B12 depletion caused by chronic nitrous oxide use. In severe cases, MRI scans reveal spinal cord degeneration. Tragic deaths have been recorded, including a 24-year-old student whose prolonged use led to paralysis and a fatal blood clot. Ellen Mercer from Berkshire inhaled up to 3 large bottles of nitrous oxide a day before collapsing and being rushed to Wexham Park Hospital. She was unresponsive to the treatment and died on 10th of February. The misuse of laughing gas peaked during the COVID-19 pandemic, especially among 16 to 24-year-olds. 20-year-old Amy Leonard from Bolton lost her life after misusing laughing gas as a cure to her depression. Then Kerry Ann Donaldson, aged 26, and from East London, took almost 100 canisters of nitrous oxide daily and was left with permanent nerve damage. Such cases are the human face of a crisis once dismissed as trivial. As the UK's new regulatory framework takes shape, its effectiveness will depend on a combination of law enforcement, education, and community engagement. The government's own impact assessment concedes that while the benefits of control, reduced antisocial behaviour, cleaner streets, fewer health harms, are expected, they are difficult to measure. The policy will be reviewed after 3 years, assessing indicators such as hospital admissions, prosecutions, and litter reduction. Early signals suggest that police now have clearer powers to act, yet the challenge of changing public attitudes remains formidable. For communities, the issue extends beyond law and health. It touches on social cohesion and public perception. The sight of balloon remnants and canisters near schools or playgrounds undermines residents' sense of safety and order. Local authorities have begun integrating nitrous oxide awareness into broader antisocial behaviour campaigns, linking it with alcohol misuse and vandalism prevention. In some areas, youth programmes aim to redirect curiosity and risk-taking into safer outlets, combining enforcement with empathy. Internationally, the UK's approach is being watched closely. Other countries face similar dilemmas as recreational nitrous oxide use spreads. Balancing legitimate industry needs with public safety is a shared challenge. Import controls, supply chain audits, and online marketplace regulation will be critical to preventing diversion of canisters from catering to illicit use. Collaboration with customs, trading standards, and digital platforms is essential to close the gaps that enable the thriving underground market. Ultimately, the fight against nitrous oxide misuse will not be won solely through punishment. The UK must ensure that the message reaches those most vulnerable, that laughing gas is no laughing matter. It may begin as a light-hearted indulgence, but can end in tragedy, disability, or criminal record. The paradox of nitrous oxide, a gas capable of easing pain in hospital wards yet causing it in homes and streets, reflects a broader truth about modern substance use. The story of laughing gas in the UK is, in essence, a warning. A reminder that even the most innocuous-seeming substances can carry profound dangers when misunderstood or misused. The future of the country's response will hinge on whether it can blend compassion with control, knowledge with enforcement, and prevention with proportion. Until then, the small silver canisters scattered across Britain's streets remain an emblem of a generation's experiment gone wrong and a nation's resolve to put it right.